Hi Tacoma, welcome back to your first grade TV classroom. Today is Friday, November 13th, and I'm Mrs. Oslin. As always, let's take a moment to check in, think about what zone you're in. Think about what emotion you're feeling. Think about your I message. Your I message sounds like, I feel because And then think about how strongly you're feeling your emotion. Take some think time. I'm going to practice sharing my I message with Rashid. Gentle, Mrs. Oslin. Rashid, I'm feeling tired today because at 3 o'clock in the morning, my dog Mitch woke me up walking around, pacing around the house. I had to go let him out, and then I was wide awake and had a really hard time falling back asleep. So I'm tired. So I'm in the blue zone. You take a moment to share your iMessage with your learning buddy, someone in the room with you, or with me on the screen. You'll remember it's really important for us to think about how we're feeling and think about how strongly we're feeling it. And to recognize when we're at a 4 or a 5 on the feelings thermometer, where we might say or do something that we regret or could hurt ourselves or someone else. And it's important when you recognize that you're feeling that way to stop and think before you say or do anything. When you stop and think, it gives your brain and your body an opportunity to take deep breaths, do some quick counting, to calm down so that you can then use your stop and stay cool steps. So you say, I feel like I'm losing control. Practice saying that with me. I feel like I'm losing control. Second, you stop. Third, you give yourself a chilly hug. So practice doing that with me. Then you practice breathing in and out. So you inhale, which means breathe in through your nose and count up to 5. And then you blow it out really hard, also counting down from 5. Let's practice doing this together. Then you should be cool and ready to think about your iMessage and have a conversation with someone. You'll remember we learned about win-win conflict solutions. Win-win conflict solutions are when both people get some of what they want and both people feel good about it. Sharing is a good win-win conflict solution because both people get to work together to use or play with whatever it was that was causing the conflict. Taking turns is also a good conflict solver because both people get to use whatever it is that was solving the conflict, and they get equal amounts of time so they can both feel good about it. Now, when you're taking turns, deciding who gets to go first can be tricky. So here's some ideas. You can flip a coin. That's where you take a coin, like this picture, and flip it in the air. And if it lands with the head up, the person who called heads gets to go first. But if it lands on the other side with the tail up, then the person who called tails gets to go first. And then you switch. And remember, it's important to make sure that both people get equal amounts of time. You could also choose the short straw, where if you have 2 people who want to use the same toy, you have 2 straws. One is short and one is long. And then someone else holds the straws and covers up so you can't tell which one's short and which one's long. And then you choose a straw. And if you choose the short straw, you get to go first. You could also play rock, paper, scissors. And I know many of you already know this game. This is where you and the person you're having a conflict with, to decide who gets to go first, you say 1, 2, 3, shoot, and you either shoot a rock, a paper, or a scissors. And scissors cuts paper, paper covers rock, rock crushes scissors. When you're taking turns, it's important to set a timer so that you make sure that both people get equal amounts of time. Also, when there has been a conflict or a problem, even if it was an accident, it's important to apologize if there was harm caused. And you'll remember that an appropriate apology needs to sound sincere, which means it needs to sound like you really are sorry. And the other person can either choose to say, thank you for apologizing, or I accept your apology. These are some really good win-win conflict solvers for when you have a problem with someone and you're trying to work it out so that you stay friends. We're going to gather together today, like every day, to listen, share, read, and today we're going to be writing. You'll remember you're a strong listener when you have your eyes on the speaker, which right now is me, when you listen to the lesson that I'm giving you, and when you think about the words and how you can use this lesson in your independent work. You're also going to get an opportunity to share your ideas with your learning buddy. You're going to talk about your writing today, and I want you, if there is someone else with you, to take turns and make sure that you listen to the other person's thinking. Today is a special day in Writing Workshop because today is the day that you learn how writers select an idea to add on to and continue working on. We've been spending a lot of time thinking about how can we come up with ideas to know what to write about. Now you're going to pick one of those ideas and you're going to actually do some writing on it. So you'll remember this chart that we've been working on where we learned how writers use their observations of the world around them to gather ideas. So what I want you to gather right now are your ELA packet that has this chart, your learning notebook, and your pencil and crayons. So you go gather those materials and then meet me back here. Are you ready? All right. Now let's think back to some of the books that we've been reading. And you'll remember we read Ish by Peter H. Reynolds. And take some think time and remind yourself what this story was about and what was the lesson that Peter H. Reynolds wanted to teach us. Turn and tell your learning buddy, what was the lesson that Peter H. Reynolds wanted to teach us in the book, Ish? Rashid, I remember that Peter H. Reynolds wanted to teach us to draw ishly and to not get so frustrated that our pictures don't look perfect, but that they use our own voice and our own style when we're writing. You may also have said something about how Marisol, our character's little sister, was collecting his writing and how he was inspired to write again after having a conversation and hearing her perspectives. That's an important message for us to know as writers. We also read this book, Written Anything Good Lately, and it was a look at the alphabet. So think about how our authors came up with their ideas and decided on this idea to take through the writing process, which is what we're going to start today. Now, in your ELA packet, you have this document called Picking an Idea to Publish. And I want you to think about the ideas that you've had in your observation checklist and which one are you going to pick to start really writing about. You're going to add on to it, and then eventually you're going to do what's called publish it, which means make it ready for other people to read. Make it ready for other people to read, and you're going to share it with them. So when you're selecting an idea to publish, you're going to think about, my idea is something I am proud of and care about. So do some think time about your ideas. Are you proud of them and do you care about them? Now I'm going to model with Rashid. I remember when I was doing my writing on this chart, the when I see, I notice or think of. It was when I see a fish, and it made me notice or think of a time when I was hiking with my family and we looked down this cliff into a river and we could see salmon, and they were trying to swim against the current, and they were really strong. And it was just a really special moment with my family. So it is a moment that I'm really proud of, and it's definitely one I care a lot about. The next thing that we need to think about when selecting an idea to publish is, my idea is something I'm excited to write more about. So think about your ideas. If there is one that you're not really interested in, or you don't think you could add more to, that would not be a good piece to select to publish. Now think about, are you excited about it? And could you write more about it? Do you have more to say? Take some think time. Turn and tell your learning buddy what you're thinking about your idea. Rashid, as I was thinking about that moment on the hike with the fish, it got me thinking I could come up with a really fun story about, what are those fish saying to each other? What are they thinking? What are they doing? And the fish could be my characters, and I could make up a whole story about them. I'm getting really excited about this and have lots of ideas of how I can add to this idea. The next thing I want you to think about are, my idea shares a message that I think my readers will enjoy. It's important for authors and writers to think about your audience, the person who's going to read your writing. Is this a topic that they would enjoy reading about? Take some think time. Turn and tell your learning buddy what you're thinking about your readers and whether you think that they will be excited and want to read your writing. Rashid, I think I could make this piece about the fish and make it into a story, and I think I could make it really funny, and I think my reader would really enjoy that. Now, the last thing to think about is, my partner and I talked about the selection and feel confident in our choice. So Rashid was my partner. He and I did some talking about my idea about taking this moment with fish in the river and turning it into a story. I feel really good about it. I think my reader would really enjoy it. I have more to say about it, and I feel confident. I feel strong in my choice about which idea I am going to add more to and take to the publishing process. So today, we learned how writers select an idea to add on to and to continue working on. So when you go off to independent writing today, I want you to try adding on to your idea and get it ready to publish, which means get it ready to share with someone else. Now earlier this week, we learned a whole bunch of new snap words. So we are going to practice reading and writing these words in a snap. So you need to get your whiteboard and marker, because I forgot to have you grab that. So go get your whiteboard and marker safely but quickly and come back to me. Get ready to practice writing these words. All right, pen, cap off, plug it in. If you don't have your whiteboard or marker today, that's okay. You can use your finger and you can write it in the air, or you can write it on the ground, or you can just practice saying the letters and reading the word. Okay, this word is his. Read this word.
His.
Write it. His. Okay, I'm gonna dribble, dribble, shoot to help me remind myself. H-I-S, his. Okay. H-I-S, his. We look, say, I cover it, you write it, now let's check it. H-I-S, his. How'd you do? If you made a mistake, erase the whole word and start from the beginning. H-I-S, his. Next word is said. Read this word. Now, look, say, said. I'm going to cover it. You're going to write it, and then we'll check it. S-A-I-D, said, said. S-A-I-D, said, said. S-A-I-D, 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 said, said. Now we're going to check it. S-A-I-D. Yes. How did you do? If you made a mistake, erase the whole word and start from the beginning so that you build up that muscle memory and can write said in a snap. Next word. Look, say, saw. I'm going to cover it. Write it. Saw. In my mind, I'm thinking it's S-O because O says aw, but I know that's not right. I took a picture in my mind, and now I'm seeing that it's S-A-W, saw. Let's check. S-A-W, saw. How did you do? Next word. Look, say, cover, write, I'm going to dribble this one. S-A-Y, say. That's right. Check. How'd you do? If you made a mistake, erase the whole thing and write it from the beginning so that you build up the muscle memory in your hands and your brain so that you can write the word say in a snap. Next word. Look, say, then. Write it. T-H-E-N, then. T-H-E-N, then. T-H-E-N, 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 then. Let's check. T-H-E-N, then. These songs help your brain remember how to spell these snap words. So I encourage you to sing along with me so that when you are reading and writing, you can read and write these words in a snap. One more. Look, say, they. Write it. They. I'm going to dribble, shoot this one again. They. T-H-E-Y, they. Here I go. T-H-E-Y, they. Let's check. All right. It also helps when you do the motions because that helps your muscles and your brain remember how to spell these words. Now, I'm going to remind you when you're independently reading today that you have this Learning New Words document that can help you look at words and think about what they mean and recognize when there's a word that you're reading and you don't know what it means, and you can go back and read the words around it. You can look to see if the writer has provided a meaning or example. You can look for special clues like special font, or you can look at the picture to help you. So you are going to practice reading today. Look for those 5 snap words that we have been practicing. Continue thinking about the characters in your story. Continue thinking about the words and what they mean. You can practice reading your word wall. This is your kindergarten word wall, and you know because who? Mabel. Mabel's up there. You're going to pick a letter and practice reading all the words under that letter. You can either read it loud like a monster, scary like a witch, squeaky like a mouse, whisper like a secret. Or if you come up with your own, you can email us here at our TV classroom and tell us what it is, and we'll share it. Or if it's okay with you and your adult, you can film yourself doing it and send us the video, and we'll share it with other students. We also will be sending letters in the mail to some of you who we know are out there watching, and it'll have an envelope in it addressed back to us with a stamp, and you can draw your picture or write us a letter, tell us how you're reading your word wall, and send it in the mail. And then Mr. Kevin has our email address right there. Continue tracking your reading goals, getting this form back to your teacher. Also, there is a new reading and writing ELA packet that you will need to continue our learning next week. So if you haven't already picked that up, please contact your teacher and get it from them as soon as you can. And then you're going to take your idea that you chose to publish, and today you're going to add onto it and make it better. Now it's time for your 5-minute break. You're going to make sure you gather your materials. You'll need your whiteboard and marker, your learning buddy, and your counters, and then you're going to be back here in 5 minutes ready to go for math with Mrs. Wally. Thank you so much for reading and writing and thinking and singing with me this week. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Hi, first grade. Happy Friday. It's Fact Fun Friday. Think in your head, if I have 2 and 6, how many do I have altogether? Yep, it's 8. Nice job. Oop, I forgot to get my highlighter, so let's get that on. If you notice, I'm still at my house. Oliver's still not feeling very good. So I'm using this great technology and I can still come to from my house. I think it's pretty cool, don't you? However, I really do miss our TV classroom set. 9 and 1 is, yes, awesome job. 10. 8 and 0. 8. 6 and 3. 9. Nice job. 4 and 4. That's one of those doubles. 8. You got it. Kiss your brains. Today we are learning to use comparison bar models. We kind of started it yesterday when we were looking at ones that had more and fewer and then lining up the parts that were the same and then counting the part that was different. That is like a comparison bar model. So let's get into learning. Let's solve these equations first. What is 8 minus 5? 3, very good. 4 minus 3? 1. 7 minus 5? 2. 5 plus what is 8? Hey, wait a minute. If 8 minus 5 equals 3, then 5 plus 3 equals 8 because we have 8 as the whole, we have 5, and we have 3. 8 minus 5 is 3. 5 and 3 is 8. So if 4 minus 3 is 1, 3 plus 1 is 4. Very good. If 7 minus 5 is 2, then 5 plus 2 is 7. Kiss your brains. Nice job, first graders. All right. I'm going to read a problem to you. We're going to do a 3-read. Then you're going to solve it on your board, and then we're going to look at some ways some other people solved it. Are you ready? There are 5 pieces of cheese and 8 mice. Are there fewer mice or pieces of cheese? How many mice do not get cheese? So what's going on? We've got mice and cheese, right? What are we trying to figure out? Yeah. How many mice do not get cheese? What do we know? There's 5 pieces of cheese and 8 mice. Go ahead and draw your mice and your cheese. And do it like yesterday where there was one picture on the bottom and I'm going to use circles for mice and X's for cheese. I'm not going to draw actual mice right now because that takes too much time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me know when you know which is fewer and you know how many mice did not get cheese. Okay, you ready? I'm almost there. Okay. Are you sure? Here comes my model. There are fewer pieces of cheese. 3 mice did not get cheese because that mouse got cheese, that mouse got cheese, that one got cheese, that one got cheese, that one got cheese. Oh no, we're out of cheese. So 3 mice did not get cheese. How does that look compared to your model? All right. So let's take a look at this. It says, find 8 minus 5. That's what I did here. I had 8 And then I subtracted the part that was the same, which was 5. There were 5 pieces of cheese. I have 8 minus 5 equals, well, I've got 5 pieces of cheese. The part that's not the same is 6, 7, 8, which is how many, first graders? 3. So there are fewer pieces of cheese. And how many mice did not get cheese? 3. Excellent job. Reset your board. Okay, let's look at the next one. It says, how many fewer sticks are there than skates? Buzz says there are 3 fewer sticks. Boom says there's 1 fewer stick. What do we do to figure that out? You remember? Yeah, we find the part that's the same, and the part that's different is the more or less part, or the fewer or greater part. So let's line them up. Has a partner, that's the same. Has a partner, that's the same. Has a partner, that's the same. Oh no, we're out of partners. So how many fewer sticks are there than skates? What's the different part? 1. We would need 1 more stick. So there's 1 fewer stick than skates. So which person was right? Buzz or Boom? Yeah, Boom is right. Back to your learning buddy. What did Buzz do? Yeah, Buzz just counted how many sticks there were. That wasn't the question. The question was how many fewer sticks. That's the how many skates are there without sticks? Great job, first graders. Okay, here we go. Gary has 7 red flowers. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has 5 yellow flowers. How many fewer yellow flowers? Or we could say how many more red flowers? It's the same part. When we're asking how many fewer or how many more, we're asking for the part that's different. So what should we do? Yeah, let's line up the ones that are similar. Can you draw 7 circles on top and 5 X's on bottom? Because I want you to do this with me. So I'm going to draw 7 circles on top and 5 X's on bottom. The circles are our yellow flowers. The X's are our red flowers, just like that. Okay, so now you have a picture too. Now, I want you to match up the ones that have a partner. Same, 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 same. Uh-oh. Different part. So, how many fewer yellow? How many yellow flowers would we need for all of them to have a partner? How many is yellow missing for the whole thing to be the same? Yeah, this different part right here. 1, 2. Well, let's look at our flower picture. Let's see. I'm going to draw a line where it's no longer the same. You see it right here? I would need 2 more yellow flowers. That means there's 2 fewer yellow flowers. We can figure that out with an equation. We take the greater number and we subtract the less number, and that tells us this part that's different. What is 7 minus 5? 2. So 2 fewer yellow flowers. See how the picture helps us figure that out? Yeah. Okay, here we go. There are 3 stamps. There are 5 envelopes. Go ahead, let's draw 3 stamps of circles. And 5 envelopes as X's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. What are we going to do? Go ahead and complete the problem. I'm going to give our think time music while you complete it. Are you ready? Okay. Here is my thinking. Are you ready? There's my model. What do you see? Yeah, 3 are the same, and there's 2 that are different. That means there are 2 fewer stamps. Here's my equation. I took the greater quantity and I subtracted the one that was less, and I got the part that was different, which is 2. 2 fewer stamps. I love these bar models because they really help me see it, right? You could also just look at this picture and go, look, 1 doesn't have stamps, 2 doesn't have stamps. I did 5. I take away the ones that have stamps, and I get the amount that doesn't have stamps. 2 fewer stamps. Whoa. Okay, Joy has 6 square stickers. Go ahead, draw 6 square stickers on your board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. She has 2 circle stickers. Underneath, do 2 circle stickers. Okay, check your model with mine. Does your model look like mine? It should. Okay. Now it's wanting us to figure out how many fewer circle stickers does she have? What should we do? Good idea. Find the ones that are the same. Same, same. Oh, I better put a line. Did you do that? Great job. Now what should I do? Count the part that's different. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is different. Now it wants me to do an equation. Do you remember how we do that? Oh yeah, we take the greater number, which was how many square stickers? 6. And we subtract the lesser number, or the one that has less, which is 2. What is 6 minus 2? It's 4. Do our numbers match? They do. Look, 4, 4. They match. So there are 4 fewer circle stickers. 4 fewer circle stickers. Very good, first graders. All right, reset your boards. Now this one you're going to do on your own. I'm going to do it. I'm going to give us 2 minutes. Are you ready? Let's read. 7 strawberries on a plate. 2 blueberries on the plate. How many fewer blueberries? So what's happening in this problem? We've got berries on plates. And what are we trying to figure out? How many fewer blueberries? Okay, what do we know? We have 7 strawberries and 2 blueberries. Go ahead, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to draw a model, draw a bar model, or comparison bar model, and solve. You ready? Here we go. Are you ready? Okay. Let's look at my model first. What do you notice? On top, two on the bottom. What else do you notice? Yep, I lined up the parts that were the same, and I circled the parts that were different. Does your equation match mine? 7 minus the part that's the same equals the part that's different. The part that's different tells us how many fewer or how many more. So there are, you got it, there are 5 fewer blueberries because look, there's only 2. So I'm missing 5 of them. 5 fewer blueberries. Awesome job, first graders. So your assignment today, you're going to do page 179 and 180. On page 179, you're going to practice using the bar model. You're going to do what we just did, and it kind of scaffolds it out. So it gives you a lot of help, and then a little bit of help, and a little less help, and then not as much help at all. Okay? And see how you do. If you get stuck, this is a really good assignment to call and talk to your teacher about. Okay? So if this isn't making sense, you need to make sure that you have your adult at home help you call your teacher and ask for help. Okay, so it's page 179 and 180. You're learning, let's do our learning check. Did we draw comparison bars? Yep. Did we put the part that is greater on the longer top and less on the shorter side? Yeah. Do we identify the part that is different between the two numbers? Yeah. Did we use an equation to solve for the part we did not know? Yes, we did. Kiss your brains. Nice job. Now it's time for our affirmation. We do this one every week because it is so important. Oh, wait. No, that's for a different day. I have my days mixed up, Mrs. Wally. No, today's Friday. This is a special math one. Are you ready? You are a strong mathematician. You've shown that. Just math might feel a little bit difficult. Sometimes it feels difficult to me, and that's okay. You are still a strong mathematician because you have a great math brain. So I'm going to go first, and then you're going to go. I am a strong mathematician. Your turn. Excellent job, first graders. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday. Bye.
Hey kids, we want to see your work. Just send your pictures and your stories to TV Classroom, 601 South 8th Street, Tacoma, Washington, 98405.